after being convicted for a breach of public trust. He was ordered to pay.
James Banks, Sky News.
Former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert has managed to avoid a prison sentence after being convicted for a breach of public trust. He was ordered to pay an $18,000 fine, but was only given a one-year suspended sentence. It now means he's eligible to run for office again, but he'll be barred from holding a cabinet post while he faces another corruption trial in the next few months.
When I stood before the court's judges, I said I hope to leave the court with my head held high. I accept and respect the court's decision and will learn the necessary lessons from it.
Well, earlier we spoke to YONAH Bob, the legal affairs correspondent at the Jerusalem Post, about the outcome of the court case.
So really he got off completely clean, and this was already after, in July, all of the more serious affairs, the Talansky affair about swapping envelopes of large amounts of cash, and the Rishon Tours affair, which was about possible abuse of his position in double billing certain flights. He was already acquitted in all of those. This is the one thing he was convicted on. Initially, people thought that he might get some prison time for it, or that he might be prevented from going into politics by some ethical findings, and he's off clean. I think it's becoming more and more likely that he's going to re-enter politics. There's just this march of Olmert and his attorney Eli Zohar, the magician, of beating every single allegation against them. But there are going to be a lot of people in the center and on the left who are going to want him to return, and it's going to be hard to stop him at that point if he beats all of these allegations.
You're watching Sky World News, and these are the top stories. The United Nations envoy to Syria, Lakhdar Brahimi, has warned the Security Council that the war is getting worse and could spread across the Middle East. A man from Qatar is being treated in a London hospital after developing a potentially fatal new virus which causes acute respiratory problems. The Kenyan army has confirmed that 6 civilians have been shot dead by a Kenyan soldier advancing on the Al-Shabaab stronghold of Kismayo in Somalia. A company involved in making iPhones has suspended operations at a factory in China after a brawl broke out involving 2,000 employees. Foxconn, which assembles products for Apple and Microsoft, among others, took the decision after 5,000 riot police had to be sent to deal with the violence. Sky's media and technology correspondent Katie Stallard reports.
The company says this was a personal dispute that got out of hand. Reports on Chinese social media that we can't verify say it started when security guards at the factory beat workers. By midnight, there were thousands on the streets, streaming down the road outside the Foxconn factory. Photographs show lines of riot police defending the gates. Army officers appear to be on the ground. Some of the world's most expensive consumer electronics are manufactured here. The company supplies Apple, Nokia and Sony, among others. The irony that these videos are being recorded on camera phones, the parts for which are made in factories like this one.
They're essentially treated like robots, and they're not allowed to talk to each other. Social interaction is positively discouraged.